Hello guys! Today we're gonna be making banana sculptures for our big banana tree. We already did the leaves and now we're gonna be creating the sculpture. This one is made from recycled bubble wrap, but it can be any kind of plastic, even garbage bags would work. This is extra puffy, so this way you don't need to use as much materials. For this, we also gonna use some masking tape. And this one was made out of, let me show you, tissue paper, okay, tissue, scrunched up, bunch of tissues, and made into a banana shape. And then I wrapped it a little bit by plastic. With plastic, I had some yellow leftover tablecloth plastic like this one, and of course masking tape. So let's do it step by step and I'll show you what to do. I'll put it here. Okay. We also gonna use strips of tissue paper and we're gonna wrap it like this. Maybe I can show you the first part first, how we're gonna do it. I'm using purple glue. So put your purple glue on your sculpture once you're done with the masking tape. And you're gonna just start wrapping around gently, putting the glue as you go. Not pulling on it too much, but just a little, so you don't tear the tissue paper. And you're gonna go all around. And it's okay if it's wrinkled a little bit. And you can also actually tear it too. You can add more where you need it. And just add more glue. It's gonna dry clear. I think the one thing to remember is not to push hard on your sculpture at this point, because once you wrap in it, what's gonna happen is it might deflate on you, the bubbles, if you push too hard, and it might not be as puffy and the width of the banana is gonna be less. So I just put more glue and I'm just gonna wrap around, pull and wrap around like that. And I'll just put more glue here on the actual tissue paper and I'm gonna wrap it. Okay. Let's put a little more glue. I'm gonna go around one more time. It's gonna give it a good color. I'll put more glue here. I put some glue on my tissue paper too. Of course, you can use the white glue as well. So we might use the white glue that is a little bit watered down and a brush to make this a little easier too. So I can show you that technique as well. This one is with a glue stick, going around, wrapping it a few times. Now I used my whole row and just add a little glue here and there, let it dry. There we go. And then we're gonna take a marker or watercolors and we can add some details to our banana, like paint these ends black or brown, the stem as well. So, and fold these in when they come off like this, and it's not glued in. If you can see that, just put more glue there and fold it in, tuck it in so that it's nice and flat. anything that's coming off, just make sure it's nice and tucked in. Okay. Pushing down a little bit, and for the stem, pushing down and kind of twirling a little. Okay. So there we go. Okay. So you might also, if you're a responsible group, get this kind of watered down glue and a brush. And with this watered down glue and brush, you can do the last touches on this tissue paper. And you're going to be able to, this is a green group, we have red group, blue group. Get one per group, but I don't want you to spill it all over the table, so you gotta be really careful not to pick it up when it's open and not to spill it all over the place. Clean your brush on the side, and you're going to just gently put the watered down glue over the whole entire tissue paper banana sculpture so that it can be more firmer to touch on the outside, and the glue will seal all the areas where the tissue paper is lifting. You can see that on the camera. And I'm already dropping a little bit too, so also be really careful. Clean your brush on the side so that you're not dropping the watered down glue everywhere. And keep your hands clean. I'm holding it all just by the end there. And my hands are in no means clean right now, so it is really dirty sometimes, this, especially when you're using paint, so be careful. Gonna have to wash your hands when you touch it, see, because your hands are gonna be full of glue. So if you touch the ends, and then when you lift your hand, it will lift the paper towel. So this is kind of, it's gonna rip it out if you don't do it correctly. So this is one way. Okay, and we're gonna let this dry. So we're gonna put this aside. And the way we're gonna close this will be put the plastic lid back on, and this closes tight, and you're gonna put it into the little plastic supply box. That way it's not gonna spill everywhere. Okay, so that's how we're gonna put it away, nice and securely. Okay, let's do it one more time. Click and click all the way, and we're gonna return the supplies nice and cleanly like this. Okay, all right, so the second technique is well, I didn't show you how to actually wrap it with this. If you do have this sort of bubble wrap, you're gonna fold it over in a way that you're gonna make these ends. When you get a piece of square, you're gonna fold the ends in like this, and you're gonna keep wrapping, kind of thing, keep folding it over, folding over like this until you start getting the middle really thick, sort of like a chalupa, taco or chalupa. And then you keep wrapping, and then you're gonna have like the banana shape. Now you're gonna need some, and one student will hold this and one student will take the tape, because I'm doing it with only two hands, and it's very hard. So you're gonna first secure the end of the banana, and then you're gonna secure the top of the banana, or vice versa. You can do that in any order, but the best way is to put enough tape on both ends. You see how this is still opening, but the shape is a banana. So when it's still opening there, get some tape. You're gonna close that. It's nice size banana. Okay, so at this time, you're gonna do the same thing. And take some tissue paper. And it might be already pre-cut for you like this. So just take one strip. Let's put this one aside. I'm gonna start again like I did with my glue stick. And I'm gonna start wrapping the tissue paper around. You don't need a lot, but we're gonna seal it with the liquid glue at the end. You can also just put the glue stick like I showed you right on the strip. Keep going around and squeeze it like this with your hands to form a nice banana shape. There we go. And you're missing here one, so just come and ask for extra little piece of tissue and make sure everything is covered. So I'm gonna take that and go around. Okay, so now that it's done, I'm not gonna forget to squeeze this, and then I will repeat the process with the brush and the liquid glue. Now again, be really careful when opening, so don't open it above the table and start wiggling it like this because it's gonna spill. Put it on the table, opening carefully, flip the lid, and work really closely above the glue because it's liquidy and it's gonna start dropping everywhere. And you're just gonna awesomely cover with the watered down glue so the sculpture can be a little more firmer. It's gonna look amazing on our banana tree. So just go around so that all the spaces are glued. Okay, then go wash your hands when your hands get dirty. Okay, you're gonna put this one aside. And at this time, I'm gonna show you another technique. This can be done with the paper towel or also newspaper. But before then, close this. Okay. So if you are working with the newspaper, get a few pieces and you're just gonna crunch them up and then roll it to get a nice little roll, and then keep wrapping the roll with another newspaper, tissue paper. Then fold these ends in so it's gonna be a little thicker, like that. And I'll show you one more time. Take another one and roll it around, and fold these ends in and crunch them up. And it's enough to have a small banana size, like this size is enough. You don't need to have a big banana. So I'm using one I crunched up, two or three I crunched up, and then I started wrapping. So I'm gonna wrap again, go around wrapping, and then fold these over. Now you are starting to get a nice bulk. So keep going. Okay. this point you have a nice size. You can do it one more time. You can also do it two at the same time if you wanted to, but let's do one at a time. Okay, I'm going now sideways from this corner. So I have a piece and I'm going from this corner and I'm wrapping around now. And then I'm gonna squish the middle, everything. I'm gonna squish it. Okay. So now I'm gonna take my masking tape, take a piece, and I'm gonna put it on the end. Each end for the banana. And try to form it a little bit because banana should be a little bit curved. So I'm gonna curve it just a little, right? See how this is coming off? I'm gonna tape it. Let's tape it. Okay. One more time. Okay. Now I'm gonna get a little yellow plastic tablecloth that I have leftovers of. But if you don't have that, you can just take the tissue paper and wrap it the same way. But if I do have some, okay, I'll cut you some tablecloth. This happens to be yellow. And we can start wrapping from the corner. So it's going to be a square, corner to corner, a little square. And I'm going to start wrapping from the corner. And I'm just wrapping like that around. And the same thing, I'm just going to fold the ends in. Fold the ends in, like that. So what I want it to look like is something like this. And now I have to tape it again. So I'm going to wiggle this, hold it, and somebody is gonna hand you a masking tape so it's easier on young hands. So you don't have to do, it's not really hard for you to tape by yourself. And somebody's gonna hold you to tape that end. And tape it one more time. Okay, let's go to the other end. Also, kind of twist it, and then you're gonna put your tape. So if somebody holds the twist for you, it's not gonna unravel like it did for me. So it's easier to do it with 4 hands than 2. If somebody's holding it for you. Okay. I'm gonna go put a little more masking tape. I'm gonna go around and don't forget to form it looking like banana a little bit too. I'm gonna fold this in because it doesn't look very like banana. I don't like the shape, so just gonna fold it in one more time. Okay. All right, so I have 2 bananas like this now. I made this one the same way. I also have this awesome stretchy thing. It's a little expensive and there's not that much of it, but it's a wrap for when somebody gets injured for legs and things like that. So I got some in yellow. So what we can do is start rolling around. It's kind of sticky on its own, so pull on it slightly, and you're gonna not over wrap too much because it has a really good color. This way we don't need to use the tissue papers, which is another method to do this. And you just carefully wrap it all the way, kind of going a diagonal, and then cut it off. maybe twist it a little bit more like this. This one is easier to sculpt because it gives you it's very firm to touch. So see if I can put some newspaper so you can see this better. I'll do it one more time. Okay, so I'll do this one more time over newspaper. Okay, so this is very stretchy and sticky, so I'm going to start right here at the end. I'm going to start wrapping it like this. And then I'm going to diagonally pull and overlap only a little bit here, not to waste it. So touching, basically touching where it ends. Okay, and you're going to go around diagonally, touching the layers. See? It's going to compress because this is like a compressive wrap, so it's already sticky and it's really quick. So now we have this. I can put an extra piece here, small piece to finish wrapping the end. Like this. Pull it over and just tuck these ends. And that sticks to each other. Okay. Now we have 2 bananas done this way. Sculptures, and we have 2 bananas with tissue paper. They look like this. Okay, so 2 different ways. Now let me show you one last way, which is using regular newspaper. So, okay, I'll put this away. You're going to get some newspaper and start crunching it up like this and make like a roll. So try to roll it more or less, trying to like make a banana shape. Roll, roll, roll. Once you have it like sort of like a banana shape, like this, start rolling another layer over it, like we did with the paper towels. Roll a roll, and then fold the ends over and twist, like that. Fold these ends over and also twist. Okay. And you can start working with the masking tape at this point to form it and to sculpt it. So you're just gonna start putting the masking tape over and sculpt it over with the masking tape. Sorry, I ran out of camera. So here we go. You're gonna put some masking tape there, one end. Masking tape on the other end. There we go. Now we have a shape of banana. We still need to put masking tape here and here to keep going. So we're gonna put some masking tape here, like that. Masking tape here. Okay, now form it, sculpt it a little bit to look a little better like a banana. Should be pretty even. If you have big holes like kind of folded badly, just make it straighter with the masking tape. Go over it so it's a little flatter, so it looks a little bit more like organic banana rather than having too many holes there. Okay. Another way to wrap it is crepe paper. This is called crepe paper. So you will carefully take your glue, open it on the table, use two hands, and put some glue over the masking tape. And carefully start wrapping your crepe paper over. And as you go, just keep adding liquid glue like this. And you can wrap it around like that. Okay, and if it tears, don't worry. You can always come over that. It's the same thing like with tissue paper. This one is actually a little bit more flexible. So you can tear it and come back to it. Like, for example, I have a opening here. So I'll just put a little more glue over that area. And I can put some crepe paper, maybe it's called. Okay. I might be mispronouncing it. But whatever you have on hand, whatever we have in class 2 is what we can use. Okay. I'll put a little more. And I'm going to finish here. Just like that. Pull it up when you have enough. There we go. And I'm going to tuck these ends in, so I'll put some more glue at the ends, both sides. And I'll just take a little paper and glue over that. You can fold it in glue or cut it off. I'm gonna just add more glue and glue it carefully. I'm gonna have to wash my hands because my hands are full of glue. But I folded my end in like that. And I'm folding the other side. There we go. A little more glue. And just squeeze a little bit. And let it dry. So we want the paper to cover like black newspaper like this. So if you have that, just put more glue and add a little bit more paper over that area. That. Maybe here. Another way is, of course, to use yellow acrylic paints. And we could have painted it, but I like this way better because it will add more layers to your sculpture and it's gonna make it more smoother. So the acrylic paint would not add that element of extra layer of paper. So I like using the tissue paper or the crepe paper, whatever we have on hand, or the elastic band, which is the easiest actually. Okay, how many bananas we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and look, even if I didn't cover this, I can paint that end with brown even marker or paint, and that way I don't need to worry about adding more layers to that. Or I can even use yellow masking tape. So if you have some on hand, you can add some yellow masking tape and put it over any areas that are missing yellow color. Like that. Just tape right over it and fold it over like that. Okay, so now these are going to be drying. We've got 5 bananas just like that, and we learned a bunch of new techniques. Okay, now is your turn.